Hi everyone, welcome to day 33 of year 2 of Awesome. Now, what I do want to talk about today is something that was preempted by what I saw yesterday, which was Gentleman Reduxed. Now, it feels like theater is no longer alive. The reason why I say this is because there's no longer individuals, or not as many individuals, actively going to go watch the theater anymore. It's sort of just this lost, obscure art form that very few go to try and enjoy. And the ones that people do go to are all musicals. They go for the big main stage shows that everyone knows about. No one's willing to go in that little underground theater company that's just scrounging and scraping by and to support a show that they haven't even heard of before. And that's kind of scary, really, because back in the day, people did that all the time. That was the big thing. It was going in, watching this random show, and being able to talk about it and discuss it with people. And hey, that was a good show. I can spread it by word of mouth. And hey, that theater company is no longer just scraping by, they're actually able to sustain themselves. And it's really a sad state of affairs as an actor and as an individual who loves live theater. Because a lot of people think that a play is easily substituted by a movie, but it isn't. Because one of the things that makes theater so just absolutely amazing is the fact that it's different every night. A movie will stay a movie unless it's edited in some way. And what I mean is people expect plays to just be replaceable, but they aren't. Because there's just so much that goes on and it's so different. It's such a living and breathing thing that it would suck if it disappeared and was just completely replaced by film. I understand why people think it, and I understand why people sort of want it to happen. Plays are inconvenient to go to and to go watch, and sometimes you have to travel pretty fucking far in order to go see one. But I think that that is worth it, because theater, good theater, comments on society and makes you think about things that you might not necessarily think about. And it's sort of been one of these things that's sort of happened as of late is this concept of epic theater, of this theater that removes you from the idea of accepting what's on stage as reality, and instead forcing you to accept that what's on stage is a play, and you're there not as a bystander, but as an observer, and it sort of creates this sense of outrage or this sense of provocation that leads you to want to do something. And that has been the recurring theme these past few years, but at the same time, it hasn't. Because a lot of the big companies will just do big shows because they know that that's what's going to get the audience. They'll do things like Grease and Hairspray and shows like that. Which, don't get me wrong, they have their own senses of thematic and of morality and shit like that. But they're very fluffy and bubbly and very just not thought provoking enough. Because the issues that are brought up in those plays have already been essentially taken care of except for certain class issues. But then there's the other plays, for example, Mother Courage. That's just this timeless piece about the ill effects of war. And you don't see it anywhere. In the past, I don't know, 3 years that I've been really trying to go out and see live theater, I have not seen Mother Courage once. And yet, here we are, fucking 8, 9 years later, in this pointless bullshit war. And I think that would have been an amazing play to have out so much, like, right after the war started. It would have been perfect to play, to have that going on. But, sorry, that was another tangent. But what I'm trying to say is it saddens me that theater is dying. And I think that the contemporary actor and the contemporary playwright at this point need to work just exponentially hard to try and pull in the audience again, to try and pull in in society, because like I said, theater is this just amazing, breathing, living art form that no one really goes to anymore. And it really does sadden me because so many people lose out on this just absolutely amazing experience. But there's not much you can do. It's hard to compete with special effects and with the ability to get close ups on individuals. What a lot of people don't understand is that theater, I don't know how to put this, theater is this entity that once it envelops you, it stays there. It sticks. There's no just forgetting about it or glancing it over like you could just a regular movie. It stays there. It resonates. And so many people lose out on that because they think that it's replaceable with film. And don't get me wrong, film is an amazing art style in itself. I think film is a lot of fun too. But being an individual who just prefers stage acting, I think it's very hard for people to understand that they aren't interchangeable. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Questions for you guys. Well, question for you guys. What are your thoughts on theater today? Where do you think we're headed, and what do you think we need to change? Uh, I I think that there's a lot of stuff we need to change, but that's going to be for another video. All right, so that's it for today, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.